How is everyone doing? Today I am reviewing the new Arena ZR380. This vehicle costs $2,138,640, but you can get it for a trade price of $1,608,000 if you complete enough arena events. I got the trade price on this. I was pretty lucky for unlocking this early on. This vehicle, like all others, comes in apocalyptic, futuristic, and nightmare styles. It has similar spinning blades to the Gargoyle, but they are much larger, and they are on the right and left side, as well as a big blade in the back. These will one-hit kill anyone they touch. Any NPC or player will die in one hit getting touched by these. There is also a Mega Blade option in the front instead of a scoop. I recommend this, as anyone outside a vehicle you touch with this as well will instantly die. The car comes with a lot of armor plating, and it gives you good protection, but it's not entirely bulletproof. I'll cover that a little later. It has two 50 cal machine guns centered, or laser machine guns for the futuristic version. There's no difference in power or fire rate between them. It's just cosmetic looks. The car also has spikes and has the ability to jump and use boosts, similar to all the other arena vehicles. The first thing that I wanted to test with the ZR380 was its speed. I wanted to see how fast is this vehicle in comparison to other vehicles in the same category. I decided to race it against the Arena Imperator and the Arena Dominator, and as you guys can see from this test, the ZR380 has much faster speed and much better acceleration, beats them both no problem. I also decided to do a second speed test where I let both of them get a 1-second head start. I'm speeding this clip up here to save time, but as you guys can see, even though both vehicles had a 1-second head start, I was able to pass both of them no problem. This vehicle is great acceleration, great speed, great handling as well, and the fact that it has boost makes it even better. I don't think anybody's really going to be disappointed in this vehicle's speed and handling. Now let's talk about the weapons. First, starting off with the Mega Blade. Look at this thing in the front, isn't that scary? If you touch anybody with this thing, just lightly tap them, they will die instantly. Doesn't matter if it's a player or an NPC, they'll die right away. You also have blades on the left and the right side, as well as in the back. You touch anybody with these, they will die also right away. These blades are awesome. I definitely like them. I think this is a new feature that they've added on vehicles instead of just weapons that they've had in the past. But there's two bad things that I've noticed about these blades. The first bad thing specifically about this car is sometimes when you turn off the car, you get out of the car, the blades won't shut off for some reason. I don't know if that's like a glitch or if that's done on purpose, but I've had it happen where I get out of the car, I run around on foot a little bit, I come back to the car and the blades are still spinning. And if you accidentally walk towards the door and you hit the blade by accident, you'll die right away. You'll kill yourself. So that's a little annoying. And the second bad thing is these blades, because they're so low to the ground, the ones on the left and the right side and in the back, they can get stuck on obstacles. So if you're like driving near some rocks or some really uneven terrain, even like near the sidewalk, it can get stuck on that. So avoid like uneven terrain. Do not take this thing off road because you can easily get stuck on rocks with this thing. However, those two problems are minuscule. You could avoid them if you know what you're doing. Just don't run towards the blade. Avoid it when it's spinning. And also don't drive on uneven terrain. But these blades, they do serve good purposes, especially in missions. Like I'm doing VIP work right here, I'm doing a hostile takeover, and I'm just lightly touching these NPCs, and I'm killing them instantly. So just tap them right here, they're dead instantly, was able to get the briefcase right away, didn't even have to get out of my car. And this car doesn't have complete bullet protection, but you know, the armor that it has on it, there's a very small window, and it's harder for enemies to shoot you in general. So the blades, these can be very helpful in missions as well as in PvP situations. If you see somebody with this vehicle and they're driving towards you, run. Get into some kind of alley or cover because they touch you with this thing barely and you will die instantly right away. So see somebody coming towards you with this thing, get into some kind of cover right away. Get somewhere where they can't hit you with this thing. The other weapon on here is the dual 50 cal machine guns, or they would be dual 50 cal lasers, I guess, in the futuristic variant. But they're the same thing regardless, they're just cosmetic differences between them. These machine guns are pretty good. Unlike the Scarab tank where the machine gun was on top of it, this one is much lower, easier to aim, and it's also dual 50 cal machine guns. Very easy to take out moving targets, especially cars, and also you're able to use drive-by weapons, which is definitely a nice feature because not a lot of vehicles that have emplaced weapons allow you to use drive-by weapons. They're just forcing you to use that specific weapon, but here we can use the 50 cal machine gun, easily tear up armored vehicles, blow them up, and we can switch to an AP pistol or another pistol whenever we want and use that. Unfortunately though, even though the 50 cal machine guns and the blades on the ZR380 are great in missions, you still can't use this thing in Heist. Just like all the other vehicles that I've reviewed so far, you can't use this vehicle in Heist. I don't understand the reasoning for this. You know, if we're going to be spending this much money, we're going to be spending millions of dollars upgrading these things, and the upgrades are going to be so expensive, then please allow us to use these vehicles in Heist. I don't know why we're restricted, like what's the reasoning for not being able to use them in Heist. Doesn't make much sense. Somebody please tell me, you guys tell me in the comments, what do you think of this specific? I really want to know what you guys think about this, that you can't use this in Heist, because this is really disappointing. This needs to change. In terms of damage resistance, this thing does not have bulletproof windows. I wasn't expecting bulletproof windows on this thing since the Scarab tank didn't have it. I wasn't expecting the ZR380 to have it. And doesn't matter what side you're on, doesn't have bulletproof windows anywhere. Even the passenger window, which looks like it's supposed to be bulletproof, it's not. I don't know why they made the passenger window different if it's not bulletproof. In terms of RPG resistance, this thing can take 2 RPGs. I was a little shocked by that. I thought it would only take 1 RPG because for the past year, many weaponized vehicles that have come out have only taken 1 RPG. So the fact that it can take 2 is definitely a plus in my book. Now, the question many people are probably wondering about, is this thing good in the arena? Yes, it is. This is definitely worth it in the arena. If you are an arena player, I suggest you invest in this vehicle. This and the Gargoyle Death Bike are the best vehicles that I've used so far in the arena. Like I've said earlier, this thing has great speed, great agility, and good armor. It excels in this environment, and its 50 cal machine guns are also good. If you time your shots correctly, you go after people, you can blow them up. I've blown plenty of people up with the 50 cal machine guns. It's pretty hard for people to kill me when I'm driving around in this thing. You know, I've had people smash into me. I haven't lost that much health. I've had drones EMP me, and they've blown up on top of me. This vehicle is able to withstand a few explosions. It's able to withstand a good amount of damage, so I definitely recommend in the arena. I don't think you will be disappointed if you're an arena player. I think you will definitely enjoy this vehicle in these game modes. And here at the end, we come to our pros and our cons. And the pros are it's very fast. I definitely like its speed and its handling. And if you combine it with the boost, it's even better. And it has spinning blades. These are the same that we have on the Gargoyle Death Bike. And these blades are on the left and the right side as well as in the back. They're bigger than on the bike. And we also have the Mega Blade in the front. I recommend this thing over the Scoop. You barely touch an NPC or a player with this, they will instantly die. Just watch out not to get caught up in this, because you accidentally walk into this, you can kill yourself. And it has dual centered machine guns. These machine guns are much better than what we had on the Scarab. There's 2 of them. They're centered, so it's easy to aim with them, and they're lower, so easy to hit your targets. It has good armor, so it can take 2 RPGs, not as strong as the tank, but for a vehicle in this category, like, you know, a sports car that we're upgrading, 2 RPGs, pretty good armor, I would say, for that. You can use drive-by guns with this thing, so you're not forced to just use the 50 cal machine guns. You can also use the AP pistol and other pistols if you want. It's great in the arena. If you're an arena player, you should definitely consider investing in this vehicle. And the cons are, it's very expensive. Just like all the other arena vehicles, it's pretty expensive. I don't think we're going to find a vehicle that's really cheap in the arena. And it has no bulletproof windows. I wasn't expecting the front driver's seat to be bulletproof, but I did think that the passenger seat was going to be bulletproof, because if you look at the passenger seat, you look at the window right there, it looks a little different. I was assuming that window would be bulletproof, but unfortunately it wasn't, and it can get stuck easily. Just like the bike, these blades, because they're so low to the ground, if you're going on some uneven terrain, like if you turn really quickly into a sidewalk or something like that, they can get stuck on a rock, they can get stuck near a sidewalk. So watch out where you drive this thing. Do not take this thing off-road. I don't recommend taking it off-road. You can get it stuck easily, and it can't be used in heists. Don't understand this reasoning. Why can't we use these vehicles in heists? If we're going to be wasting this much money on them, we're going to be investing millions and millions of dollars in these vehicles, and they're going to make the upgrades so expensive, then let us use them in heists. But unfortunately, we can't use it in heists. And the last con is the blades can kill you. Sometimes when you get out of the vehicle, like I showed you guys, the blades will still be operating. Sometimes they turn off for me, but other times they're still operating. I don't know what causes that, if that's a glitch, if that's intentional, or what that is, but just be careful on it, because if the blades shut off, you get out of your car, you go into a store, for instance, and you get out of the store, be careful not to walk into the blades, because you can accidentally die. That has happened to me once before. It's happened to a few of my friends, but you know, you get the hang of it. You can avoid walking into the blades. Overall, I think this is a great vehicle. I am enjoying it. I definitely like the blades in this thing. The blades are my favorite part of this vehicle. It's great in missions, you know, great in the arena. Can't be used in heists, unfortunately, but I do think it's a good investment, especially if you're an arena player. Let me know what you guys think down below. If you enjoyed this vehicle, if you enjoyed this review, drop a like. If you're new to my channel, enjoy my content, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everyone.